Yo, 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 yo. It's another fucking podcast with your boys Bill, James, and Tig'S' Excellent Adventure. This week, on episode 43, we're going to talk about
Wake and Bakefield Browns.
We're also going to talk about the Colts and the Chargers. Who's going to win their division? Will L. Bell be a Colt next year? And we're going to talk to your boy Eric Martig from the show. He's going to call in. You know he's a busy man. It's all happening right here on the number one podcast in the entire fucking world. You funky bitch, you with your stinking ass. You better go like and subscribe.
It's getting colder even in the summer. Even when I see the sun, I still hear the thunder. When them K's start raining and the bullets wounding babies, old innocent ladies whisper from the killers under moonlights. Fake young thugs really softer than some moon
That's
pie.
right!
On the inside, I grind,
That's
I shine.
right!
Blow with the squad, then buck if you
Yeah,
shine.
because it's another
Our mentality is
fucking
success-based.
podcast. Yes, y'all. We got that turkey in us. Yes, and we're sitting here ready for episode 43. Yeah, ate too much turkey, got fat, forgot how many episodes we did. But one thing we didn't forget is how to make those picks, baby. Those fucking picks. What was your record this week? That had to be pretty good.
I missed the New York Philly one, and I didn't make a pick for Minnesota Green Bay. So I think that's 14 for 15. You were 15 for 16.
I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? That's all right. We keep telling y'all, if you want to make some fucking money, you need to be listening to this podcast. Quit listening to that podcast. Whichever one you're listening to, they're not making you as much money as we will. You know what I'm saying? So,
What are you gonna do with your $2,000?
oh man, you know, just spend it on more games. Betting on more games. That's what everybody.
Let it ride.
That's what anybody who's gonna be betting on games is gonna do.
I'm afraid to start gambling on games because I know I'll just get addicted and just lose everything.
Yeah, exactly. It's like buying porn. I feel like
Yeah.
That's how it feels like for me. Like, why would I do that? If I do that, that's all I'll be doing.
Yeah.
But you know, anyway, I picked one good game. I'm really upset about the Cowboys.
You got that one right.
Yeah, but I don't like the Cowboys. I hate the Cowboys. I like to see them lose. They still getting in there closer to being able to win the division.
Yeah.
Really glad the Eagles won. Because
That was a good call.
Since they won, maybe they could win out and win the division still, because that's what we said they were going to do. But it's looking really difficult for them. So, anyway.
You had one horrible call, though.
And it was?
You said Amari Cooper would get 3 touchdowns. He only got 2.
Oh, yeah. It was a terrible call.
Stupid idiot.
And, you know, if you had him in your fantasy and you're hoping he was going to get 3, he just missed you by that much. You can blame me. You can blame me for sure. So, went to Chicago. Didn't get a chance to go to the Detroit Lions game, but I'm kind of glad.
It's for the best.
It was a terrible game. The Lions lost by a lot.
Against
Matt Stafford.
Mitch Trubisky's backup.
Yeah, against Mitch's backup. It's kind of sad for Matthew Stafford. I'm looking at it like maybe they need to look in a different direction going forward here in the next season. Maybe the Lions look like they need to draft a quarterback.
Oh, yeah. You think the Stafford experiment is kaput?
Yeah, I mean, you know, maybe not kaput, but we need to start looking towards the future. Mm-hmm. I think so. He hasn't shown anything progressive in the last 2 years, I feel like. Now, granted, they just got a new offensive coordinator, and granted, they just got rid of, you know, Jim Caldwell, and they got a brand new coach and Matt Patricia. But I don't know, man. I don't think it is gonna. Maybe he can go somewhere else and be successful. What do you think? You think they're gonna keep Matt Stafford for the rest of the next maybe 3 years?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but has he ever, or actually, answer this question: has he ever made the playoffs?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's made to the playoffs.
Well, you got to think that maybe Green Bay is on the way down.
Yeah, they're obviously on the way down.
They're in the same division, right?
Yep.
Are you really afraid of Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings?
Not really.
And are you really afraid of Mitch Trubisky and the Chicago Bears?
Yeah.
I really think, if anything, maybe next year might be his year to make a playoff push.
Coming out. So you're saying, let's draft some offensive linemen. Let's draft a running back. Let's draft an athletic player and see what he can do.
You know, now that you say it out loud, I don't think they should do that. I think they should, draft for the future.
Draft for the future.
Because I don't think I trust him and that defense in the playoffs in the
I feel
foreseeable
like
future.
It's always been a little bit of mixture of the play calling, the lackluster defenses that they've had, and the lack of talent that he's had around him for the most part. He had, he had Megatron for a second, but then Megatron retired on him early, and then it was kind of like he was an average quarterback after that.
It's true.
So I'm thinking he looks like the new Jay Cutler, and I've always called him like the poor man's Jay Cutler. I'm going to go with he's out of there.
Out.
He's out. I think they draft a quarterback in the offseason.
Do you think they could trade him? Oh, is he a free agent next year?
No. I just think that they draft a quarterback in the offseason, bring him in, try to make some kind of transition right now before it's a necessary thing.
Before it's too late.
Before it's too late. Like it's too late for the Cowboys. They got stuck with a quarterback situation, and they had to go with Dak Prescott. They didn't have nobody else.
Thankfully, he could run.
Thankfully, he can run. And now he's learning to pass, and the Cowboys are on their way to trying to win the NFC East. But they got to go up against the Saints this week.
There it is.
Your boy Jerry Jones, he's out there getting a little lippy this week. Out there talking about how he feels like they would be the best team in the NFC if they can go ahead and beat the Saints.
Well, duh. If that's a big if, though.
I mean, I feel like even if they beat the Saints, they're not the best team in the NFC. They just got lucky if they beat the Saints. God came down and touched Dak Prescott on his chest and said, "Sir, you now have a heart." And fucking gave him some fucking gusto and made him be able to throw a ball 400 yards in the air. I don't think they can beat.
My friend had a hot take.
Oh.
He said, it's going to be a close game. I said, that's not a hot take.
I don't know hot take.
Yeah. I was like, you're still going to lose.
That's like the Goldilocks take.
Yeah.
This is like,
they're going to lose, but not by a lot.
They could score 10 points in this game. Because people are not talking about how good the Saints defense is playing right now. It's looking amazing. I feel like this is going to be another blowout. I'm not picking yet. Could be a blowout on either side. I don't know. You got to listen to the rest of this podcast to find out.
There's a teaser.
You know what I'm saying? But I like Mark Ingram, and I like Alvin Kamara. He looks like Vegeta.
He looks like the Predator.
The Predator. Yeah. He looks like a superhero. He looks like a fictional character.
And he plays like one too.
He plays like one, like a mythical animal, like a unicorn or a dragon. Like, this is what we have to compare him to because there's nothing like this guy. He's like Barry Sanders catching the ball on the out in the not in the backfield, but out in the flat and out in space like a wide receiver. It's one of the most incredible things I've ever seen. And like I understand why Mark Ingram's always right next to him there, and they got such a good relationship because he knows, man, I'm getting all this work because this dude is going off, and as long as he goes off when he goes off, I'm gonna get the opportunity and take advantage of every single opportunity.
And he's gonna have an extra 4 years in his career.
Yeah, it's like I get to play and get paid all this money to play football. Psh, this is amazing.
And win a championship.
Yeah, they probably could win a championship. And, you know, Eric keeps saying that they're going to win a championship this year. He bet on them to win the Super Bowl this year already.
Now there's a hot take.
So we'll see what's going on. We do nothing but hot takes here. Nothing but hot takes. Now, earlier this week, or I should say Sunday? Le'Veon Bell tweeted, or was it Monday? Tweeted something about a tweet. He liked a tweet or retweeted a tweet that said something about him going to the Colts.
Oh boy!
Or retweeted something that that the Colts tweeted or something. He wants to be a Colt, is what I'm getting at, people. What do you think?
That's a Super Bowl contending team.
Oh, you Super Bowl contending team?
Yeah, that's definitely making the playoffs.
Ooh, especially in that division.
Sure. That's taking out the Texans.
Taking out the Texans.
They're in the same division, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Titans, Texans, Jaguars.
Horrible division.
So, yeah, you're saying, boom, they're first in the AFC South immediately.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they might even win the South right now.
Okay, that's an interesting question because, you know, right now it's the Texans. They've won 8 in a row. Woo! Bill O'Brien was people talking about fired him week 4. Now, look at him. He done won 8 straight games. Deshaun Watson came out here and throwing all these damn touchdowns. What the fuck happened out there?
Off an injury, too.
Goddamn shit show.
But Indianapolis has won 5 games in a row.
They have, and I don't know what's going on. It's really weird because you know what they're doing different?
What?
They're protecting Andrew Luck.
What a novel concept.
It's a crazy idea. I know something they haven't been able to do for 3 years, but this year they said, hey, we're going to protect you. We got your back. And he's been flinging that thing and winning games. It's like he's the actual reason that they're winning the games. Because before he'd be kind of the reason they were behind, because throwing a lot of interceptions. But now he's the reason that they're like winning. Now, you had Le'Veon Bell, where the whole field just opens up for Andrew Luck, and maybe we get to see how good of a quarterback he actually is.
Because Le'Veon Bell can catch the ball too.
Oh man, catch the ball, and then you got the threat of people running and coming in and trying to stop. Oh man, linebackers will be all jacked up. Not to mention, they could go and get a tight end, set that edge a little bit, make it a little bit stronger, a little bit more stout. It's going to be a pretty nasty team to deal with, the Colts. Now, speaking of the Colts, which team the Colts and the Chargers both behind their division.
Yeah.
Both in the AFC. Which team do you think has a better chance, James,
Colts.
of making it to the number 1 spot?
Colts.
Colts?
You know why?
Why is that?
The Chargers have lost Melvin Gordon to injury.
For the season?
It's a sprained MCL, and they said that it's a week-to-week is the official report. But I would be really, really surprised if we saw him the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Did you see the play?
No.
This dude, they're up 28-10 against the Cardinals in the third quarter, and they run a sweep. He comes behind the quarterback from the right side, and the defender guessed right and just tackled him right at his knees. Legal hit, and he's just like buckles down. They get him to the sideline. He starts crying. I was like, Phillip Rivers is yelling his ass off, just so upset. I'm assuming at the play call. I'm like, yep, this dude's done.
Yeah. Phillip Rivers is probably like, why the hell would you even call that play? Oh my God, this is the end of the season.
Dude, he was sprinting, and the linebacker was sprinting, and just bam.
That is insane. That's just bad coaching.
Yeah.
Or I shouldn't say bad coaching, but a bad mismanagement of the players.
And you know what sucks? There was talk that the coaching staff wanted to rest Melvin Gordon this game, and Melvin Gordon was like, nah, I want to play. And now it's like they punched him for that. And now my Chargers are back to being the Chargers of the late 2000s, 08 to 12. And I would be very surprised if they make it out of the first round, if they even make the playoffs.
Oh, man, I really hope you're wrong because I like these Chargers.
Yeah.
But I got to agree. I'm going to go with the Colts, and these Chargers look like they might not make the playoffs. You're right, man. You're right.
It's a shame.
What about the NFC South? Which one of these teams do you think is going to have a chance, other than the Saints, obviously, to make it to the playoffs? Or do all of them sit back and sit at the house? I mean, basically, it's between the Panthers and the Falcons.
I'm going to say they all sit. I mean, besides Christian McCaffrey, is there any offensive player on the Panthers that can do anything? I feel like their wide receivers can't catch.
I don't know.
I don't think they know
Eric
either.
Let's call Eric and find out if he knows. We're going to call him up right now.
Yo.
Yo. You're on the motherfucking podcast, fool.
What is happening, fellas? Can you hear me?
Not much. We can hear you.
Excellent. What are we talking about?
Well, right now, we're a little bit confused because we're trying to figure out which one of the sorry-ass teams in the NFC South, the Falcons or the Panthers, are going to make it to the playoffs, or if neither one of them are.
The Falcons or the Panthers? I mean, if I'm going to put my money on it, I'm going with the Panthers. Falcons look like they're a fucking mess.
Yeah, the Falcons, I mean,
at this point in the season, I feel like they're giving up. I feel like the Panthers are still trying, where the Falcons, once you lose to the Browns like that, there's not a lot come back on you. I mean, that kind of sucks all the confidence right out of the team, I feel like.
That's true. Didn't they beat them? Haven't they won a game since then, though?
The Falcons?
Yeah.
Have they won a game since the Browns lost? Aren't they 4-7?
They have not won a game since the Cleveland loss.
Man.
What's the Panthers' record?
6-5.
They haven't won a game in 3 weeks either.
Yeah, I think they're both dog shit teams, to be quite honest, and I hope neither of them make the playoffs. But if one of them's going to squeeze through, I'm thinking the Panthers are going to get through, because some bullshit Cam Newton's going to do. Plus, they have McCaffrey, too, who's just a freaking beast.
So we pretty much are all in agreement there. We don't want to.
Are we all in agreement there?
We don't want to be in agreement there, but we are all in agreement.
Yeah.
So, speaking of the Browns, you wanted to shit on Baker Mayfield.
How do you guys feel about that?
Well, I'll let James go first.
Don't let this undermine your rant because I want to hear it. But I could not care less about what a 22-year-old ignorant kid has to say about his old coach. He's just mistaken. He's absolutely in the wrong. But I mean, there's We could talk about Tyreek Hill beating his pregnant girlfriend. Like, there's way worse shit in the NFL than this.
Wait, say that again? Tyreek Hill hitting his girlfriend?
Back in college, or him and Joe Mixon had some stuff separately, but
Joe Mixon definitely hit his girlfriend.
Yeah.
He is a female abuser that should not be in the league.
Yeah, but
Joe Mixon definitely hit his girlfriend.
I'm more concerned about him finally having a breakout game, throwing 4 touchdowns. But
Okay.
he's obviously completely in the wrong.
In that game, I saw Baker Mayfield throw 1 touchdown.
Didn't he throw 4?
What I saw was Nick Chubb scored 2 unbelievable touchdowns, and then I watched the man get carried into an end zone by his team.
Well,
that's what I saw.
The one where the guy got carried in, that was ridiculous. I was like, is that serious? Are they serious right now?
It was unbelievable. And Nick Chubb's screen pass, Baker didn't have to do anything. He just got the ball to Chubb, and then Chubb just got nasty with it. And then he underthrew Nick Chubb on a throw, and Nick Chubb.
Uh-oh.
So Baker Mayfield threw 1 wide open touchdown pass, and the rest were Nick Chubb doing Chubb things. Nick Chubb to me is more impressive than Baker Mayfield at this point.
Well, we kind of probably all felt that way at the beginning of the season, you know. Like, we all like
Yeah.
Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is the shit. But
Yeah.
I understand that Baker just looks crazy here. I think he just got caught trying to make something of nothing for himself, and he shouldn't have said nothing about it. He tried to motivate himself in a way that, you know, that's cool that he should have tried to motivate himself, you know what I'm saying? But he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, apparently, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, why would you say the dude got fired? When the dude got fired, why would you say, oh, he left here and then went there?
Exactly.
Like, that's just...
This is what happens when rich, spoiled boys get caught stealing cookies. They refuse to accept that they did anything wrong because they're spoiled rich boys that have never had to, like, be disciplined in their entire lives. And this is what Baker Mayfield is. He's a spoiled rich kid from a really rich family with an arrogant rich father that's known to be just this, like, pain in the ass that never thinks he's wrong and thinks he knows everything. And that's the product of this guy. And that's Baker Mayfield.
Well, we got enough time now. We're about to move on to these motherfucking picks. We got 5 minutes if you want to make these picks with us.
Okay, yeah, quickly. Let's do some picks. And once again, I'm just waiting for Baker Mayfield to get hurt. I've never wished of injury upon an NFL player, but I want Baker Mayfield to have a lesson. Just learn a lesson once in life. Let's learn a lesson. And by the way, he didn't have to choose Oklahoma, okay? He went to the same conference college, okay? So don't give shit to Marvin Lewis for accepting the only job that was given to a guy who can't coach a football team. You know, you can't blame him for wanting to work and make money. Get the fuck out of here. All right, let's do picks.
These picks. Get your motherfucking money right and listen to these picks, bitch.
New Orleans at Dallas.
Okay, come on. It's the Saints. The Saints are marching all over the place.
Saints. I'm going Saints. Yeah,
I'm going Saints. Let's move on. Baltimore at the aforementioned Atlanta Falcons.
At Atlanta, I think Atlanta pulls off a win against Baltimore. I think it's a close game, though, because I've been waiting for Lamar Jackson, and here he is, and he's awesome. He's fun to watch. But I think Atlanta pulls off a win, but it's still not enough to get them into the playoffs. Come on.
I think Baltimore gets a win. Another win. Nope. Scratch that. Atlanta wins. Baltimore has to eat that crow, and Lamar Jackson has to learn how to take a losing press conference.
I'm riding that Lamar Jackson train. I'm going Baltimore. Up next, Denver visiting the injury-depleted Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, Denver. Who's the quarterback in the Bengals? Does anyone know? Who's this guy?
I'll be honest, I have no idea.
Good answer. Good answer.
I thought it was Andy. I thought it was what's his name still until last week.
Shit. Oh my God.
No Andy Dalton, no AJ Green.
AJ Green may play. He's practiced this week.
Well, thank goodness.
But I'm still
I
going
think
with
AJ Green is playing still, but I don't know who's throwing balls to him. So yeah, Denver. At least they know who their quarterback is, even if it's Case Keenum.
I'm going with Case Keenum. Denver.
Yeah, I mean,
Here's an easy one. LA Rams at Detroit.
Rams.
yeah, Rams. Fuck Detroit.
Rams. Another easy one. Oh, we're gonna fly by. We
Flying through this week.
we need to get that FanDuel $10,000 pick because it's Arizona at Green Bay.
Oh, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers just rips them apart.
Damn. Green Bay.
Green Bay. Ooh, I think this is an easy one too. Buffalo at Miami.
Ooh.
I'm going Buffalo.
Samesies.
I'm going to go Buffalo too, man. Miami does not look good. And that
No.
Buffalo run defense is actually really good.
Yeah.
And that's like all of their weapons.
Maybe you guys should put a wager on it because it's Miami -4.5.
No, I'm
Maybe I will, James. Maybe I will.
I'm going Bills by 3, baby.
Here we go. Chicago at New York Giants.
Who do you think? Who do you think I'm taking?
I like that. That's
No,
probably like the
Bears.
Bears news. Like, who do you think? Who do you think? Who do you think is going to beat those Bears?
I think that's the news stealing that from the Saints and the Bengals.
We're going Bears, baby.
Yeah. After that loss last week, I think New York Giants is just out of it in their
Yeah.
heads. Chicago.
They're completely out of it.
Carolina visiting Tampa Bay.
So this is an interesting one. This is a hard one. I mean, I never want to put money on Jameis Winston, but I might go Tampa Bay here.
Is Jameis starting?
Yeah, I think Tampa Bay beats the Panthers at home.
Oh, yeah, I'm going Panthers all day.
I'm also going Tampa Bay. Eric.
What's the line on that?
What?
What's the line on that game?
It's Carolina -3. Put another bet on that. Parlay it.
Oh, my parlay those two bad boys.
I'm going with the Panthers on that.
Indianapolis at Jacksonville. They played a couple weeks ago.
Indy.
Going Colts. Andrew Luck's looking like Andrew Luck again. I love it.
Yep.
And the Jacksonville defense does not look like the Jacksonville defense.
Oh my God, it is just terrible.
You know what it is?
They're a
They're
mess.
trash.
They're like a high school football team right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They couldn't beat Alabama on a bad day.
No, I don't think they could.
Here we go. Spoiled rich kid visits Houston.
Oh, Houston. And J.J. Watt's is going to just fuck Baker Mayfield up so bad. End his season. I'm going to love every second of it. Let's go, Houston.
I think it's going to be a really close game, and I think both defenses are going to cancel both offenses out. I'm going Browns by 3, Nick Chubb show.
I'm also
Yuck.
going Cleveland.
Oh, I love it. Love it. All day. And I can't wait to watch Tyrod Taylor play. It's going to be awesome.
Hey, I love Tyrod. I'm ready for it.
New York Jets visiting Tennessee. I think this is an easy one.
I'll take Tennessee on that one.
Yeah, I'm going
They got
Tennessee.
something to fight for.
Mariota in a loss only missed 5 passes the other day.
He did, man. Mariota didn't look terrible.
He threw for 300 yards and only missed 5 passes. 22 of 27.
Mm-hmm. I'm also going Tennessee.
If they run the ball, they'll win. They'd win all of these damn games.
They don't know how to do those things.
Here we go. Kansas City visiting Oakland. Easy money. Chiefs.
I'm going, I'm just kidding. Kansas City, come on.
Yeah, it's Kansas City all day. The Patty Mahomes gets the Ferrari
That's
going
easy.
back up and running. Bam.
Oh, here's a good game. Minnesota visiting New England.
Patriots. I never wanted the
Patriots.
Patriots to win a game more in my life, guys. Go Patriots.
Go Patriots. They're going to win it.
Screw those Vikings.
Rounding out the end, San Francisco visiting Seattle.
Seattle.
I'm going number
Sam
one
Bramble.
rushing offense in the league, Seattle Seahawks.
Go Seahawks, I agree. Sunday night, LA Chargers, sans Melvin Gordon, visiting Pittsburgh.
I'm taking Pittsburgh in this one.
Chargers.
Really?
I'm going Chargers because Pittsburgh is falling apart.
See, this is what happens with Pittsburgh, though. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh gets beat on the road and comes home, and then they beat the crap out of someone good, and everyone starts talking shit again.
It's a fact, but doesn't happen this year. Ben Roethlisberger's old and talking shit about players in the media. Players don't like that. I say Antonio Brown takes a day off.
Antonio Brown is not taking a day off.
I'm going 3 touchdowns for Antonio Brown. Finally.
I'm going 6 touchdowns, 300 yards. Antonio Brown.
Monday Night Football. Jason Witten calling this one. Washington Redskins visiting Philadelphia.
God, I hate that game. Yuck. Ah, jeez. Oh, Philadelphia. Who's throwing balls in Washington?
Colt McCoy, baby.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I thought he was done when he was in 2009 getting hit by Alabama.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yeah, Eagles, baby.
All in the Eagles in that, too.
So, was that the last of the games?
That was all of them.
It's time for us to move on to the NBA.
False on the Lakers. Hold on, do you have to go?
All right, guys, I got to get out of here.
He's
on fire. Thanks for phoning me in. Go Pacers. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, peace.
Later, guys.
So that was Eric calling in with Bill, James, and Tiggs.
He's heating up.
Excellent adventure. What are we gonna call that segment? Bill, James, and excellent adventure. We just need a sponsor.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Nike, where you at?
This phone call brought to you by Poor Frisco Condoms.
There you go.
Poor Frisco Condoms are guaranteed to get you pregnant.
Poor Frisco's mixtape, guaranteed to get you pregnant.
You know, these things are not real, but they are great sponsors. So, going on to the NBA. How much time we got left? Oh, we're good on time. We're great on time. Good. Because I got a lot of NBA topics. Not much going on in the NFL this week. A lot of deadbeat dads and a lot of dudes hitting people in the face with, hitting women.
A lot of penalties.
Women in the face. A lot of penalties on and off the field. But
Yeah.
in the NBA, we got a lot of drama. Got a lot of shit shaking. For instance, on Sunday night, the Memphis Grizzlies were the number 1 seed in the Western Conference, and the Thunder were the number 2 seed. By Tuesday night, the Thunder were the number 5 seed, and the Memphis Grizzlies were the number 5 seed, and the Thunder were the number 6 seed.
This season means something.
This season is crazy. Only 4 games separate the top
10.
number 1 from 14.
I think so, something like that.
Man, this leads me to ask the question. And not to mention how close it is on the East in the Eastern Conference as well. It's very close in the Eastern Conference. But we got a lot of people, a lot of teams who are trying to tank like crazy. Zion Williamson has changed the game of basketball for us in 2018-2019 season. We are now witnessing people actively tank before Christmas Day game is played. What are your thoughts?
I think 3 teams already have statues outside their arenas of this guy.
I mean, The Cavaliers.
Now, hold on. I don't think the Cavaliers would have started tanking if Kevin Love didn't get hurt.
But they did, though. They started tanking around game 3. Like right after they saw Zion Williams' first game.
Was that when the first game was?
It's like game 3, game 4 for Cleveland.
Well, either way, I think they absolutely should be tanking.
To try to get Zion or one of the 3 Duke players.
I really think it should be Zion Williamson because that city needs excitement. Because I think Zion Williamson is the most LeBron-esque player of just high-flying. He's like Blake Griffin, we'll put it that way. And we saw what Blake Griffin did for the Clippers. He'll make Cleveland ESPN, home. Just they're going to be on ESPN every night, basically. He'll put them on the map.
Yep, I mean back on the map.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't disagree with that. I just feel like it's messing up basketball. Like it's not making it entertaining to watch.
Well, definitely no one's watching
everybody's
Cleveland.
Trying to tank. I mean, everybody's trying to tank though, not just Cleveland. Like it felt like for a second, if Philadelphia didn't start picking it up, if they didn't get that trade for Jimmy Butler, it looked like they were going to just go ahead and try to tank too.
Well, that's on Markelle Fultz.
Which leads me to my next topic. Markelle Fultz. That fool, in my opinion, he was a great basketball player and should stop listening to whoever he's been listening to.
I 100% agree.
But Jimmy Butler came out and said, we all need everybody to be successful and da-da-da-da. After stories are coming out that Markelle Fultz is going to be traded and they're looking to trade him. Do you think it's a good idea for them to trade Markelle Fultz? And do you feel like Jimmy Butler is being genuine when he says we want to keep him?
Well, no, but it's like, what is Jimmy supposed to say? Yeah, get his ass out of here, but then you don't find a trade, and then you're stuck with him for another 3 or 4 months, and then you have this contentious locker room, which he had in Minnesota, and then before you know it, Jimmy Butler starts asking for a trade.
Well, do you think that they should trade Markelle?
Yes, and not because. Here's my thing. I don't think he can succeed in Philadelphia, but I do think he can succeed with a fresh start somewhere else.
I feel like Jimmy Butler could have said the one thing that is true. Hey, guys, I've only been here for like 4 or 5 games. I don't know what's going on. I'm just trying to get settled and acclimated into my situation here. And, I like Markelle. We all like Markelle. Markelle likes us. We all just trying to do the same thing, which is win basketball games. That's
Politically
it.
Correct.
That's what he should have said. Unfortunately, that's not what he said, and fortunately, now we have something to talk about.
You think what he said is bad?
I do think what he said was bad because I know that's not how he actually feels. What he actually feels is like what I said. He don't know. He don't know what the fuck they should do.
Yeah, but
because what Jimmy feels is if he doesn't get his shit together, he being Markelle Fultz, yeah, they should trade him. But hey, if he can get his shit together, he'd be a real good talented player on this team, and we could use him. We could always use him. We could always use talented players. That's basically all he's saying.
But if he said, yeah, we should get rid of him, then other teams know, let's offer him nothing, and they'll give it to us.
I don't think he should have said, let's get rid of him. He should have said, look, I don't know what is going on with the front office. I just got here. So I can't have an opinion on such things. Let's try to see what it looks like with this group of guys together trying to get more done. We're two totally different team now than it started at the beginning of the season and that started last season. Let's see what's going on. And, with me on the team, and then we can make some assessments. But right now, that's just a terrible time to talk about that kind of stuff. I love Markelle Fultz. Markelle Fultz likes playing for this team. We should all try to work together and make this all work. That's what he should say. That's what players who really feel like they feel, when they really feel that way, that's what they say. See, he really didn't feel that way. So he just said, you know, he's very important. Markelle is very important to this team. At this point, Markelle Fultz is not very important to this team.
Yeah, but I think by him saying that, it drives his price up, and that maybe they'll get a nice offer better than what they could have
Maybe if the
done.
GM came out and said it. Who was the GM? Was it Elton Brand?
Oh, God.
If Elton Brand came out and said, hey, we love Markelle. We want Markelle to be here. I don't know where these rumors are coming from. We're not trading Markelle Fultz. Boom. I agree with you. But as a player, nobody really cares what he thinks unless it's about, like, the press, unless it's us and the fans. We care because we want to know about that tea, that hot tea, that drama. We got to get that drama in. You know, and speaking of drama, we got a lot of drama in Hollywood. You know what I mean? Now, what are the Lakers? They've
I think they're 11-10.
yeah, they're 11-10.
So
Something
let me
like
double
that.
check. 11-9.
Woo! And last night they got that ninth one dropped on their head like big old hot piece of doo-doo. It was nasty. It was nasty.
They didn't show up.
LeBron James had, 15 points?
Something like that.
2 assists?
I feel like he did.
5 rebounds? Oh, he played in the first quarter. I saw the first quarter. Jokic was out here. He's yamming on people. The Joker. I don't know who I was talking to, but I definitely predicted that game. Not on tape. I need to start doing that on wax. In the field. Check us out on YouTube. We're going to start doing those in the field on YouTube. Yeah, man. Lakers look kind of confused, you know, and the only time that we really see these types of things is when we have the GM telling the coach what he needs to do too much. And I feel like that's what's happening. I feel like Magic is telling Luke what rotations he needs, rotation he wants to see, and Luke is doing that as best as he can while still trying to win games. Because I think LeBron is telling Magic what rotations he likes playing with the most. Fun fact, though. Brandon Ingram, when LeBron James is on the floor, he's a minus 0.3. While LeBron James is off the floor, he is a plus 15 or
In the
plus
point differential?
20. Yeah, in the point differential.
Yeah, I have a few thoughts on this. He keeps, whenever, let's put it this way. It's so clear, like, that he and Brandon Ingram, LeBron James and Brandon Ingram take turns just, like, running the offense. But when it's Brandon Ingram's turn to run the offense, it's LeBron passing him to him on the wing, and then everyone stands around. And it's like, all right, your turn, go for it. Mm-hmm. And it's up to Brandon Ingram to get to the basket or hit a mid-range jumper. And then
the Cleveland offense.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And then it's like, oh, okay, LeBron's turn. And then all these young Lakers just like pass to him, and they're like, here, just get LeBron James the ball. And then there's a lot standing around. I really think Lonzo Ball should be the primary ball handler because I really think he's like the perfect NBA player. Obviously not skill-wise, doesn't have the perfect shot, but he knows basketball. All he does is pass to the open man. And maybe even better than LeBron, he passes to the guy who he knows can make the shot. Like he's not just going to pass it to Kentavious Caldwell-Pope at the three-point line because he's open. He's probably going to wait until he cuts because Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is not good at three-point shots. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in those late game situations is an 83% shooter from three. But you're right about Lonzo. He does have a better gauge in his head of how dudes are on fire or which guy is feeling it as opposed to, and which guy is feeling it in his spot. as opposed to LeBron James. Lonzo is a little bit better than that. At that than LeBron is. He should be the primary ball handler. But that is not how LeBron James has ever been successful playing basketball. So it's
true.
Why he has not been able to just let go. We've said from the beginning, hey, if he's going to come to the LA Lakers or whatever team it is, if he leaves Cleveland, that guy's going to have to play off the ball.
Hasn't happened.
Hasn't happened yet. And people kept saying, oh, you know, Kyrie, if he just stayed, LeBron was going to give him the team and he was going to let it be his team.
No.
How? This guy has to have control of the ball and dominate the ball for 30 minutes of the game to be successful. And that tells me something. He doesn't care about winning games. Never really has. Cares about being the reason that he wins games.
Yeah.
Because if he really cared about winning games, he would say, look, I'm going to make about 20 points a game. Take less shots. Get less rebounds. Get less assists. Because I'm just going to be the guy here. I'm going to be just a guy here.
That's absolutely true. But I don't think we can fault him for that if we can't fault Kobe for that, because that's exactly how Kobe was.
Well, that's how Kobe was with no one around him.
No, he drove Shaq out because he wanted to win on his own.
Yeah, but that was young Kobe. This is LeBron getting towards the end of his career. And Kobe at year 16 still could put up the numbers just like LeBron can still put up the numbers at year 16, 17. But the thing is, Kobe didn't have the same amount of talent around him, or he had more diminishing talent than, you know, young talent, youthful talent that's rising in their
a future
prospects. LeBron has an ability to look at these guys and watch them grow and take a seat back, as to where Kobe, if he'd have taken a seat back, they would have just lost all those games.
Makes sense.
LeBron needs to say, look, man, it's on y'all. If we're gonna make it this year, it's gonna be because of y'all, not because of me. Because that's the only way they're gonna win in the Western Conference this year. Utah Jazz.
I don't think they're trying to win this year.
But that's the only way they're gonna make the playoffs.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. They can't make the playoffs in this climate that the NBA in this West. This West is going to be 2 games or 1 game that separates the 8th and 9th seed. And it's going to be 1 or 2 games that separates the 8th seed from the 2nd seed. It's going to be ridiculous this season. And, you know, I don't even know if Utah is going to make it, man. We were talking about how they could make it.
Struggling.
They are super struggling. I don't think they're going to make it, man.
A disappointment from a Donovan Mitchell, great rookie season, from a Rudy Gobert, supposedly Defensive Player of the Year candidate, Joe Ingles, the Great White Hope.
I think maybe those Utah people put something in their food or their water or something. Like, I don't know. Like, or maybe they just fucked
some witchcraft.
Yeah, maybe they fucked all of the women in Utah and now they're just exhausted. You know, they had such a successful year last year that, you know, who would have known such a thing would be, you know, possible. Mm-hmm. And then now all of a sudden they're falling back to earth. It's it's exciting for me because I hate Utah, hate the Utah Jazz all my life.
Although
stupid name, and the reason that they got that name is because, you know, they were used to be in New Orleans.
It's true.
Should have changed the name.
They just made a trade though. Did you see it?
Oh, who's that? Who's that?
Kyle Korver.
Oh
back
boy,
in Utah. That's what they need, right?
Who they traded? Who did the Cavaliers get?
Probably a draft pick.
Oh my God, you trading 80-year-old players for draft picks?
I agree.
They're tanking all the way into the motherfucking center of the earth. Okay, anyway. So, staying in the West Coast, Denver beating up on the Lakers. They're number 1 2 in
Houston?
the West.
Houston.
Denver.
Oh, Denver
Denver.
is great radio.
Denver is number 3 in the West, with Portland at number 1.
Clippers at number 1.
Clippers at number 1, Portland at number 2.
Portland at 6. That's how
What
crazy
happened?
this West is.
What does this happen last night?
Well, check
Jesus
it out.
Christ.
Well,
So
Portland
look,
is 12-8, but the Clippers are 13-6. So just less games played, so they have less losses.
right. It's gonna get way more confusing throughout this year, ladies and gentlemen. Just bear with us. But I like that nobody's talking about the Thunder and how great they look, how they're playing great defense. Nobody needs to be talking about them. I like how nobody's talking about the Clippers, number 1 in the fucking West, been playing great defense.
No stars, though. That's why.
No stars needed here. Well, you guys said Harris was a star, or could be a star.
Tobias.
Yeah. You guys
I
like
think
Tobias?
I think he's a better Josh Smith.
Well, he's more
Just
consistent,
all-around
that's
player.
for sure. And you got Lou Williams as a closer,
Oh,
so
that
that's
dude's
all
a
you
baller.
need.
He's a baller for sure.
That's all you really need. You know, you just need to get a closer, a guy who's going to score the load, and good defenders, great defenders.
And just 1 through 10.
Yeah, man.
They got 10 players.
Now they're the best. They're the best team in Los Angeles. Best team in California, really, because the Warriors are struggling like a mug.
Yes, they are.
Now, I'm not going to talk about them too much because I don't think that's going to last.
Yeah, this team is going to win the championship.
But one team that we didn't talk about last week being in the conversation for the playoffs that looks like they might be the Timberwolves. Since they traded Jimmy Butler, well, before they traded Jimmy Butler, they were 4-6. No, 4-9. Now, 4-8. 4-8. Now they're 6-2 since they traded him.
Addition by subtraction.
Hey, I think they can do it, man. I think they can get back into the playoffs. They are 3rd in defensive win shares since Jimmy Butler got it traded, and they were 26th in the league before he got traded. Little tidbit, the 76ers are like 26th or 28th in the league now since they made that trade. But that speaks less. That speaks to their depth really more, because they traded all out of their players over there, so I think that the Timberwolves, man, they still gonna make the playoffs. They might be in the 8th seed.
I hope so.
That may mean that the Lakers don't make it, though.
Well, then I don't hope so.
Because I think we pretty much are looking at what's locked in at this moment right now. Real quick on Houston. What do you think? Did they make the playoffs?
Absolutely.
They are under 500 right now.
I
Lost to the Wizards
yeah, that was a bad loss.
Tuesday night.
I just don't see. I'm looking at not what's happened. I'm looking at what's more likely to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And this offense, when it gets going, is almost unstoppable.
I feel that. Well, I hate to bust your bubble, and
Bust
everybody else's, but Chris Paul is what time is it? Oh yeah, he about to get hurt.
That's funny.
Chris Paul, he is gonna get hurt soon. Maybe not Christmas Day,
It's about that time.
maybe not New Year's, but it's fixing to happen. And they will lose 10 games straight. And they will be out of the playoff conversation because they will not be able to make up that kind of ground in the Western Conference that is leaving everyone behind. If you lose 10 games in this West, the Dallas Mavericks might be better than you.
It's true.
Nah, and
I'm not bet, and you've been right before.
I've been wrong before too. I've been wrong
but I can definitely see that scenario happening though.
Celtics suck really bad. You think they're gonna make the playoffs?
Yeah, and they did something recently. They finally benched Gordon Hayward,
And it didn't work.
They didn't win.
They won. They didn't win that game, but they won the next game.
Okay.
But it's not. I mean, it's not really helping, is what I'm saying. Not helping Gordon Hayward.
I think long term it will help him.
Okay. Think he'll be getting back into shape soon.
Yeah, playing
You think
against
he'll be
second
good?
stringers.
And they'll stay in the playoffs because it's the East, baby. Is that what that's what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
I like that.
But I don't think they'll win the championship.
Do you think Orlando stays in this playoff conversation? The Magic look good.
They do, and they beat the Lakers twice. And
What's his name? Gordon Harris?
Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon. And what's the other dude? Something.
They got Nikola Vucevic.
Vucevic. Yeah. That dude's coming into his body.
Yeah.
He's
And they
learning how to
drafted
play.
Mo Bamba. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs.
Oh, no. And finally, I'm going to talk about, before I get to this other one, I'm going to talk about the Detroit Pistons. Do you think they can maintain this? Are they going to be in the playoffs, staying in there, barring no serious injuries and crazy?
What time is it? Because it's about time for Blake Griffin to also get hurt.
Oh,
It's about that
man.
time.
I don't know, man. Not as much to do over there, you know. Less extracurricular activities. You stay in working out more often. It's colder.
I hope so.
Like, maybe I don't get out tonight. You know, maybe I'll just chill and go work out a little bit.
I hope so, because I think he's for sure going to make the All-Star, get back on the All-Star game.
Yeah. So Dwight Howard got accused of fucking
Now, hold on.
trannies.
Hold on.
He's in my list. He's on my list of suspect gay men in the NBA.
Well, now, hold on. We got to be careful here.
Along with Kevin Durant.
Because this is a sensitive subject, and he is a sensitive guy.
He is sensitive.
And
He's also,
people kill themselves if they get outed like this and get put on blast.
It's true, but
So
the only reason I don't feel bad is because allegedly this person is claiming that their life has been threatened through Dwight Howard's people, which is why they are going out with it. So they're not outing him.
If they got threatened, why would they do it?
What do you mean? Because they're like putting them on blast, so now they have less of an opportunity to do it because, like, look, now it's out there, and if anything happens to me, they're obviously gonna look right at you and say, "Hey, you tried to kill. You obviously killed this."
Well,
tranny.
Well, why is this whoever putting it on blast in the first place? Why does she need to be threatened, or he need to be threatened?
I think it might be all a
keep your
scam.
business to yourself.
It could be a scam, but I think what it comes down to is I was right about Dwight Howard being bisexual or gay, whatever. And that's what really matters, people. Listen to this podcast because we be fucking giving you that good information. Kevin Durant is on his way down that aisle as well. What does it matter?
He's also a sensitive guy, so you be careful.
Also very sensitive. Oh, look, I'm worrisome because these guys are sensitive and big. And obviously, all of them listen to this podcast. So, I'll be worried. But it's okay. It's okay. I can take those kinds of punches and hits for this team because I love you. We love you. We appreciate it. We appreciate all y'all listening. We got to get up out of here. We flew by this episode 43. I got to take a shit. Otherwise, I'd probably manifest something else to talk about. But any shout outs this week?
Shout out to Dayquil, which is what I've been on for the past 5 days. This is getting me through the day.
That's right. Shout out to Toradol. I got that shot in my ass before I got through here, and that's what's getting me through the day.
Man, we're getting so old.
That's right. Sick as a motherfucker. So shout out to somebody who's giving out some cheap and good insurance. Cheap and good health insurance. That's what the fuck we need. Shit. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. And we love you. And we love you. And we love you.
It just clicked in my mind that if you just run through somebody's face, a lot of people ain't gonna be able to take that over and 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 over again. They just not gonna want that.
Think there's a deeper metaphor there?
Run through a motherfucker face. Then you don't have to worry about them no more.